So I hope you guys are ready to make a shaker bag tag today. Super simple. We're going to get right to it. And so this is the tag, and I call it shaker because it has this confetti or glitter on the inside. And it's a clean finish on the back, clean on the front. And let's get to it. So first of all, I have my 2 pieces of marine vinyl or faux leather. You could also use felt, cotton, other materials too, but I'm using faux leather today. And here's my front panel and my back panel. They're going to go together like this in the end. And this is my clear vinyl that's going to go on the front with the glitter down in between there. So I am hooping tearaway stabilizer. I'm using just my regular stock hoop that came with my machine. And I'm going to get it hooped. Sometimes you really have to loosen the screw on this to get this right, and then just tighten it up in the end. I've seen some people to put like a almost like an eraser or one of those finger savers, the little rubber things that kids put on pencils to keep it from hurting their finger, so that you can turn that screw a little easier. Oh, okay. So I think this is it. I'm just going to tighten this up. It's just regular tearaway. I prefer this kind of thinner tearaway. Then I can use 2 pieces if I need to, rather than have the thicker tearaway that leaves a lot of fluff on my projects at the end. So there we go. Let's see. So my project is already brought up. I have some variegated thread up here. I thought I had it already, and it's not. So I'm just going to pull this, tie it together from my the previous string, and pull it right through. I need to move that chair. So we are using needle 10. A lot of times for in the hoop projects, I will use one color. I don't use a lot of colors because like placement and tack down, a lot of times you don't even see those stitches. And so it makes these projects very single needle friendly too, because you don't have to do a lot of color changes. Now, unless there's some kind of flowery design or something on the front. So I am trying to thread my needle. So it's running the placement stitch. The placement stitches run on the stabilizer just to show us where to place our piece of material. So it just is the shape of the design, and I'm going to make sure that all the lines are covered. And now I'm going to run the tack down stitch. It is tacking down our material. And so that is traditional applique terms, placement, tack down. But we are not just doing an applique. So the next step is not going to be our satin border or our cover stitch. The next step is going to be, I'm looking at my panel, and I talk about a lot, learning to read your panel or understand what's coming next. I can tell that that is the shape of the bear of this design, and it's open at the bottom. So I know that this design is digitized with a hole in the bottom so that the glitter can be put in there. So I'm going to lay this down. This is telling me it's going to make those stitches next. So if it's making stitches with a hole in the bottom, that means I already have to have my vinyl on here. So it's going to tack this down and leave a hole in the bottom. This is turning out red, white, and blue, and so I need to find matching glitter. So this is what I have. It looks like they are red hearts and maybe blue stars, and so I think this will be perfect. I'm going to take this off and show you what I have. So it is the bear. So the white material on the back is the faux leather there, and then the clear is on top, and it left an opening right at the bottom where the glitter can go in. I'm going to cut a little bit where that opening is, just so that I'm not wasting glitter everywhere. So I have like a shorter distance that I have to try to guide that glitter. So I'm going to sit this glitter right there, see if I can kind of hold that. I'm going to take some of this, just a pinch, and see if I can guide it right in that space. That looks fine. I'm not going to go too crazy with it because then I'll start making a mess. And so I'm going to get a little bit of this red and do the same thing. So all designs don't have this opening left, not even all of my designs. And so if not, you're just laying your glitter and then putting your clear vinyl on top. And usually you would just take some kind of stick, like a chopstick or something, and then hold the area where the glitter is to try to keep it from bouncing around so much. And so I'll still do that, I think. I'm just gonna grab something to hold down. So right now it's just a stitch across the bottom. It's just gonna close that area up. And I have my stick kind of on the glitter out of the stitch area, so out of the way, but just keeping that glitter from hopping around so much. Let me show you what we got. And so here it is. So if I were gonna put a name or something or some wording in there, I would have done it in this step before I let that let it tack down my vinyl. So the next step, it shows the full go around. And I know that that means it's time to put the back on. And so I'm going to use some tape and secure the back so that it's not folding up on me or getting caught on my plate down there. And it's just going to go around and secure the back. And then once it does that, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to trim really close around the back and around the front, like around the clear vinyl and the white vinyl. So everything will be cleaned up and ready for the satin stitch to seal up the edges. This is really a super, super quick project. The timing says it's 9 minutes, but we know that it pretty much takes us longer than 9 minutes. Did that skip again? No, it worked. It looked like it skipped on the right here, but it's white thread. This is variegated red, white, and blue thread. So I'm going to bring you in if I can. And that's the front. I'm sorry. And then I'm going to go on the back and do the same thing. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So there it is. There's the back. And it's just going to go in and give me the satin stitch. The stitch after the satin is a bean stitch or a decorative top stitch. I think I'm going to skip it because I'm using variegated thread. I can see that my confetti is in the stitch line, and I'm not too worried about it. I feel like we definitely use a lot of sequins and all kinds of heavier things. And so I think it can handle it. If I see that it's not, then I'll stop and try to get it out of those corners. But it's best if it's kept in the middle. So if you can not have it go too far down. Maybe when I was putting it in, if I had held my hand around the neck area, then it wouldn't have fallen all the way down to the head. But I think it's okay. There might be a couple of pieces stuck in that stitch line, but it looks like it's gonna work. It's looking pretty good. The red, white, and blue. This, let me see if I can bring you in, is just looking like a very even red, white, and blue sections. Looks pretty good. Eyelet, and then I punch a hole and stick an eyelet in there rather than using the satin stitch and making a hole. Either way works. It's just user preference. You are the artist and you get to decide. It is coming around. We are on, it says minute number 6 of 9. It's 6 of 8 for this step, and then there's 1 more minute left. So of course we're not going to do the last minute because we're not going to do the the top stitch or the little satin circle. So we are just gonna let this finish and it is done. This is a super, super, super quick project. So again, it's placement. It's gonna run on the stabilizer to let us know where to place our fabric. Tack down is gonna tack down whatever base fabric. Now there could be other steps involved if there are decorations or other things. I'm just sharing the basic steps on doing a in the hoop shaker tag without any writing or anything on it. So hopefully this helps. We are we have 1 minute left. 1 minute, we might as well hang on here. I keep looking around because I lost my other microphone. I found the microphone case on the floor this morning, and so I don't know when I knocked it off, and I have a feeling that the second one just went flying. And because it's magnetic, it could be connected to anything. So I have to get down on the floor and really look for it. So we are coming to the end and it is done. So the next step would give us I think we're gonna run it. Let me see what that looks like. I don't know, like with variegated thread, if that's gonna kind of mute up the color or whatever, but we're gonna run it, we'll see. Maybe it's gonna just divide it up and it'll look really cool. Because this is variegated, some parts of it are blue, some are red, and I feel like maybe, yeah, I don't know if it lended to it looking very neat. We'll see. Coming around, less than a minute. That's it. I think it looks okay. I could have done without that, but I like to add that stitch. And when I add it, I do it when I digitize that in a different color to give you choices so that you can put a stop in there and decide if you want to use it or not. So this is what this turned out like. And the back looks pretty good. So right where it would have been white in the middle, that bean stitch went in there. So it looks good. I'm just tearing this out. I remember I used tearaway and I like the thinner, cleaner tearaway. I'm not really concerned. I don't know if you can see these little fibers on the edge. They go away. They go away. Rather, you can either you can kind of just clip them away. You can burn them away. They go away though, especially when it's like this. Like it's not that thick tearaway. I have some of that too. The really thick. I know that my rich word that I got with my buy, the big roll, is a very thick tearaway that, and so it's good for some things, like depending on the thing that you're working on. But when I'm doing these tags, I like that tearaway to be very clean. And so this is a bro thread tearaway. What else? That is about it. I think I can put the hole in an eyelet, so I can show you that really quick. And so I use this little set. Let's see if I bring it down just a little. I use this little set from Amazon, and I have glitter right where I want to put the hole. But let's see. I can go a little bit further in. Yeah. So I made a hole. I'm going to grab an eyelet. And with these sets, I like to get, whenever I have to buy eyelets, I like to get the set that comes with the tool. So I have multiple tools because when I run out of a certain color, especially like during a certain season, and I buy more, this is a little, and I buy more, then I get a new tool. But this is the backs for the eyelets. All eyelets don't come with backs, and you don't have to have a back on it. I put a back because they come with a back, and I started using the back. I don't know that it's better or, you know, I don't know. But when I do feel like when I put the back on, that I drop it a lot. Hold on. I drop it a lot and then I can't even pick it up. So I'm going to get another one. Oh, here's one. But so when you put an eyelet on, you squeeze it and it breaks the back part of the eyelet. It kind of splits it and smashes it down, kind of all in one action, right? So I feel like when I'm putting these backs on, then I'm giving the back something to grip onto. So I don't worry about that leather is ever going to like stretch out, and then, you know, my eyelids would slip through. So there it is. I am going to take the ring off of this one. I need to borrow that, little bear. And I'm going to put it on this one. Actually, that's a nice color for this one. So can you see it? So it came out pretty good. Nice clean stitches and some confetti in there. The back looks really nice and neat. And that is it. So I hope this helps somebody. I have some other videos to jump into later on today, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye.